Hello everyone. I want to make a quick video. First time I'm using StreamYard, so I hope you like it. I like the design, by the way. It's this topic. It's about ICP generation. Everybody knows how to scrape leads. Everybody knows how to use Epify or Apollo or how to use an n8n automation to basically get as many leads as possible. But I think the biggest problems is not the finding the leads. Basically, you can automate it, but the problem is to decide what leads to find or how to identify these leads. Because in Apollo, on Google Maps, on Outscraper, doesn't matter what you use, you always need to exactly identify the right leads that you need. And this process normally takes a lot of time. So what I did is basically I was always working on doing it in Google Sheet, just defining what are the right position, the titles, the categories, in what countries do I need to find. And this process was always taking a lot of time. So what I did is basically is it's not only to use this or doing it manually. I decided to just create an n8n workflow with it. So first of all, I decided what I need, and I created a database. In this database, I just defined the ICP name. When I have the ICP names, what I do is I go then to I have my n8n workflow. I just check if there's a new ICP to check. And when I have this new ICP, I basically send this information to Claude with a zero point 0.3 temperature. And then Claude, by just giving him the ICP name, will find me all the important information that I basically need, from the ICP description to the pain points that will come later, but the Google Maps keywords, the Google Maps type, the category, what is the Apollo filters, the SIG ID, ICP titles, and so on. So just giving him just one name, just describing a little bit what it is, I will basically get all this information. But it doesn't stop there. The next thing that I do is basically I'm sending all this new ICP information that I have, and I'm sending it to Gemini 2.5 Pro that has the ability to research the web. So basically, like the Perplexity. And by having that, I'm basically creating a market research. So I'm creating a market research where I basically explain to him what the objective is. I'm giving him all the information that I have, that I get it from the ICP before. And after that, I'm getting a really long, detailed market research of this one ICP. So all these pain points, everything. And I use that also to generate a report for the client. So basically, the report looks like this. So in the report, I basically, I just design it very nice. It's very easy to design it. You just create backgrounds in Canva, and then you add them to a Google slide, and you add placeholders. As an example, just to show you how this looks like, is basically you just have a Google slide, and then you create placeholders, and then you use an automation to just replace the placeholders with the information. It's a very simple request to do that. But what I wanted to show you is actually the end result. And the end result is that I generate a report. It's good for me, it's good for my marketing people, it's good for the client. And I really get a lot of information. So like the current landscape and challenges, and the most important, the 3 to 5 customer pain points. I use these customer pain points to create an email marketing sequence that is more than personalized. It's just amazing. It's allows me to, to just nail it, because you're talking about his problems. It's not about, okay, you talk about his city or his name, or you personalize it because you, I don't know, read his LinkedIn profile and scrap something. I mean, here you really analyze what problems they have, and then when you approach them, you basically personalize it by telling them, look, I know this is your problem, and this is how I can solve your problem with my product or service. And it's also good for the client to, so they will know also all the information about the client, how to find them, how are they defined, and so on. And then it saves you so much time, because basically out of this information you can just go and then just create your Epify, create all the tools that will allow you to get from Apollo or from Google Maps or from any other source, because it's all already defined. The next automation is based on this automation. Yeah. So I just have a small formatting problem because I'm getting it in Markdown, and then when you replace text in Google Slide, you can't just format it. So or you do it manually, or you just don't use Google Slide. You just convert it into an HTML, and from HTML to a PDF. So there's just different ways how you can basically realize it. Coming back, so after I have that, I mean, you have to understand, I mean, it takes like in minutes, I can do a work that would normally take me a month. And if I have everything, it's everything that I do in the database is basically just a preparation for the next stage. And my next stage is basically to plan an email marketing campaign. So for this email marketing campaign, what I do is, it's more than just personalization, because I decide the writing style, the humor level, the email style itself. So sometimes I will write it in the style of Russell Brunson, like ClickFunnels. Sometimes I will do it in the McKinsey format, or what's the topic and so on. Is it story driven? Yeah, or is it case study focused? Is it a problem solution? And then, of course, I can use the personalization where that everybody's talking about, like using the company name, city, full address, street, category, website, rating, reviews, and whatever personalization you want to do. I do everything multilingual and decide also the length. But the most important part, the pain points, the ICP description, the campaign idea, they're all coming from the research that I use Grok and ChatGPT and Gemini actually to do. And what I do then is basically I have a very simple workflow, because so much is already done before. And then I use all the data that I have and I send it to OpenAI, Gemini 2.5, and Grok 3 using the best models that I can use. And then I'm generating a sequence with 7 emails. And then when I created the sequence, basically, when I created the sequence, I basically just giving a feedback. I'm deciding, I'm reading it, I'm checking, and then I'm deciding, okay, which of these emails is like really good and I would really like to use. If I decided which email to use, then I would basically use another workflow that will export the this one email campaign into, for example, Smart Lead. Yeah, just at the beginning, you just load again all this information, and then you just prepare the sequence data, because you have in like 7 messages. You just need to prepare it in the form that will allow you to use the API. And then from Smart Lead, then you create an empty campaign. And after you created the campaign, you just update by adding the sequence and all the settings of the campaign. A very simple trick would be to use Postman. And then with Postman, you can just basically get your existing campaign, copy the JSON, and then use it for the update. So you would basically have almost the same settings. This is like, this is something that saves me a lot of time. And so this is a few workflows that basically help me to do work of, I would say, a few weeks in half a day. And I hope you like it. And I would say thank you very much for your time. Hope you enjoyed it.